It's your girl Donna Jones. We're live. We're live on Track Radio, STIMEYTV in North Carolina. We're going to touch up on a real controversial topic today. We have Wanda here in North Carolina, who's a hard-working mother, you know, with kids and sons. And then we have KANDYMAN here, who's an artist from New York. Pretty much, we're going to go ahead and touch up on the TRAYVON Martin controversial case, his murder case. As much as the world knows about the brutality between the civilians and authority, the most current controversial situation that's now present is the TRAYVON Martin case. So we're live here with STIMEYTV, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm pretty much going to elaborate on the situation. All the news stations have covered this topic, so here's a take on how we feel. I'm going to ask KANDYMAN a question first. They're going to elaborate, give us their opinions, and then you guys will comment on the blog and tell us what you think. So KANDYMAN, when first hearing about the TRAYVON Martin case, what was your first reaction?
To touch base on what you just said, you said the TRAYVON Martin's murder. So I want to let the people know that my first instinct, my first reaction to it was that it was a murder. It wasn't an active self-defense, anything like that, based on my opinion of the evidence that's been shown so far. So my first, take on it was that another young black boy was murdered.
Okay. How about you, Wanda?
I was disgusted. I was mad as hell because I'm 42. I never ever thought that I would have to experience racism. I've heard about the stories from my mother, and I have 3 boys, and for me to explain to my kids why this boy got killed, I mean, it's no excuse. No excuse. I mean, that's like saying black people, nobody better not wear a hoodie because you suspect.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's horrible. And me as a parent, I'm pissed. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm pissed.
I'm pissed too, especially with that hoodie remark, because they had the nerve to say that black people should stop wearing hoodies, stop wearing the color red, black, or blue, and keep your pants out, because if you do wear those things, you look suspect. And Geraldo, he did say, I repeat, he said that hoodie was the cause of that murder, just as much as George Zimmerman is the cause.
You know, and what's your
hoodie? How was the hoodie the cause? If I'm not mistaken, the footage out there looked like it was a little wet out there. Why would he have his hoodie on?
Yeah, and it was at nighttime. It was late at night. But my thing about it with that is, I don't care where you live. I mean, gated community is nice, but nobody. You should not have to explain to nobody what you're doing in a certain neighborhood. Just because we are this color, we have the right to go everywhere. That's what it says in the Constitution. That's what it says in the flag.
I want you to hold on your thoughts, because I was reading up that Florida does have a rights to bear arms, law, which is very much, I think every state should have that, but then it's like to use that as a defense mechanism in his trial and him being charged with the murder, which pretty much he should be charged with it. I want to ask you guys one question. When you heard about the details of the case, how did you feel? How did that affect you? Just off the details, to know that this guy wasn't with a group of people and he wasn't literally unlocking someone's door with a pitchfork,
Just walking.
Well, with the details, basically, like you said, there's a right to bear arms, and also in Florida, there's a law where you have the right to stand your ground. All right, and that applies for his self-defense, right? But it's so much evidence and details, as you say, in the 911 tapes and the witnesses that's coming forward to say that this wasn't a stand your ground law being exercised. This was basically like a hunter versus prey kind of situation, where this man was told by the 911 operator not to pursue, and he still followed this young man. Then we have witnesses stating that screams for help and all of that stopped immediately after the shot. So the details and evidence is saying that he wasn't the one in distress. He wasn't the one protecting himself. So the right to bear arms and the right to stand your ground I don't think the details apply. He should be arrested.
Exactly. He should have been arrested that night when the police came on the scene, because no matter what is held against him, on the tape it says, "Sir, are you following him?" And he says, "Yes."
Yeah.
"Sir, you don't have to do that," but he did it anyway. So he disobeyed the law because the Lord said don't do it. And what I don't understand, he was arrested before. How is it possible for him to even
I thought that.
carry a gun?
Because every picture they show him looked like a mugshot.
It is. He was arrested before, but I mean, anybody can have a job.
But you know what though? Sorry to cut you off. One thing I want to say on the TRAYVON is he is a very special person, because we're here in the middle of the day as black, you know, people, citizens, you know, who are trying to do good. And he's a very special person because this is time and time again. So this is something that really does need to stop. Yeah. So what I want to know is, like, what do you guys feel needs to be done? Like, and it's not like, oh, this needs to be done, that needs to be done. It's like, what do we really need just as a whole? Just because this is not even race anymore. I mean, you have just as much as whites who are angered, who are actually residents of this situation. What do you guys feel needs to be really done? I think that in each state, they really need to get the laws, like, for real, because when they wrote the declaration and everything else, that was way before now. Things are different right now. The laws from back then don't hold to right now. It really don't. They need to change. They rewrite everything. Rewrite everything, like, really, because it's not just for us black people. It's for the white people, because a black person gonna kill a white person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, but we ain't going around in neighborhoods just shooting people. Well, I want them to know, I really want the world to know right now that this is a mother of 3 boys. So imagine, you know, and we're doing this off of the strength that we want the world to, we want to be of support to how important this is. And this was a real touchy situation for me too. But I kind of, from Sean Bell down to Amadou, and those 2 cases alone kind of did it for me. So the second time, this 3rd case is like, why? Again? So we have here Wanda here. She's from North Carolina with 3 kids, you know, who are boys, and it's a shame that she cannot go into a store to buy them the clothes that they want, because she has to fear about how authorities will look at her kids.
But you know what? It's not even the clothes. This is what, and it's sad. It pissed me off, because when we go into the store, I have to tell my boys, y'all, when we get in here, don't touch nothing. Keep your hands down. Why? Like, why are there rules for us when we go in the store? There are rules for us when we go anywhere. There are rules. It's like black people coming in. Like, really? Yeah. We wear clothes. I'm not trying to be racist, because I'm really not. But black people, like, for real, if it wasn't for the black people buying hoodies and the jeans and the sneakers and the whatever, really, we are making America rich. But we getting treated like slaves.
Speak about some hoodies, and the scary hoodies to me is those white hoodies.
Thank you.
With the cutout
eyes.
Those are the scariest. Those hoodies look suspicious.
But
I don't care if you got juju beads in your hand.
Exactly.
A Slurpee.
Exactly.
If you got on one of those hoodies, you look suspicious.
But you notice they're not going around shooting.
He didn't look suspicious.
Not at all. He was going home.
Like you said, you know, before we even started the interview, what did he have? A Skittles and ice and an iced tea. I mean, this is just really atrocious. The whole situation is atrocious, and it's I don't know if anybody really even kept up, but they just did a census that said that black people are pretty much the most people who actually contribute to the economy. So I mean, that's something to really look out for. Yeah. You know, think about.
It's true.
It's craziness, because we are really, really stand-up people, and we deserve a lot more respect. And I'm gonna go silent, because it's like you just go. You either gonna go silent or you're gonna go crazy, right?
Yeah.
So
you did say, like, TRAYVON, he's a special kid, because once again, unfortunately, a life has been taken. You know what I'm saying? So that we can learn new lessons, so that we can fight for new causes, another chance for us to get back together. You know what I'm saying? So, like Sean Bell's wife mentioned on the news this morning, it's a chance for the community to get back together. So, I just want to end off with, I don't know if we was closing, But I want to end off with, I think we should all get those hoodie marches together.
Exactly.
In every state, every county, every town, like pass the word about it. My words and thoughts is that all communities should get together, get out there in those hoodies, and we're going to march for our little TRAYVON Martin until Zimmerman is arrested.
I think his name is, Zimmerman. His name isn't big, but that name
will go down in history.
Yeah, it will go down in history.
As a murderer.
So we just want to sincerely give our thoughts to the family and condolences, and just to let you guys know that, you know, people are really praying for you guys, and we hope that you guys get the justice that you need. But I just want to close out on, how do you feel about the authority in America?
The authorities, like
the authority, like the fact that there's just so many cases. How do we learn to respect the people who are supposed to be protecting and serving?
You know what? Well, for me, prayer. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't like George Zimmerman. Hate is a strong word. You know what? This is how I feel about George Zimmerman. He already suffering. As soon as he pulled that trigger, he already started serving his sentence. Life. That boy killed somebody's child for no reason. He's suffering right now. Whatever the system do, it's hell anyway.
According to our witnesses, she said, "Are you okay?" after the shot was done. And he looked at her nonchalantly in a brush-off manner, like, call the police.
Yeah, like he don't
like
care.
He didn't care.
Because even on the
I don't think he's suffering enough.
Well, just to put my thought on that, they just put a statement out that he put a blog out, you know, his friends and family, he made them come and speak on the fact that his life ended too. And Mrs. Zimmerman, your life has not ended. It's just begun, actually. Because now you are, you know, you are someone who has to answer to a family who lost a young soul that they were, you know, probably trying to raise and actually trying to give him a future.
Yeah.
So I think it's crazy that he can go on Yahoo and put out a statement that his life ended and he was sobbing and crying. It's like, we're people.
He's
you couldn't imagine yourself doing anything like that, right?
First of all, I can't even say if I was in his shoes, because ain't no way in hell I'm not killing nobody's child. I'm not doing it. For no reason. I'm mad as hell. I can't. I'm mad as hell because he didn't do nothing. Even if he didn't have Skittles in the damn tea, he was just walking. That's like me saying to my kids, when it get dark, don't go outside. Like we have to be present in our own home. And it's just not black people, it's the world. We as the world need to come together. If we can't come together as the world, because it's so funny how we could go out and save other countries, what about us? What about us? Black people, what about us? I thought slavery was over. Like really, I thought it was over.
I mean, it's over because we're living and we doing good and we can fight back now. We have a voice. So this is why we're sitting here, and you know, and we're talking and we're elaborating on the TRAYVON Martin case. And like I said, you know, we just want to give our condolences out to the family, and we just want to contribute to getting the word out that this was just an injustice and justice needs to be served.
Yeah. It's
flat out wrong, and it was just a flat out murder, a mistake that he's gonna have to deal with as many other people dealt with. So I don't know, you guys can give your final thoughts on everything.
Well, I'm just going to really keep his family in prayer, because not only was he your son, he was our son. He was my son, because I have sons. Oh, I'm so mad. I will continue to keep your family in prayer, and I will continue to pray for all of the kids, all of the TRAYVON Martins, all of the Amadou Diablos, all of them. And prayer changes things. If we can come together as a group and pray, we are the only ones that can change the situation. The government won't change it unless they hear us. I got a big mouth. Y'all better get one too. That's all I have to say about it.
I like that one.
That's right. My final thought is get Zimmerman, arrest him. That's it. Tweet it, blog it, Facebook it.
That's right.
Show the people that he needs to be got. Get him.
Alright, it's your girl Nana Jones, Wanda from North Carolina, Candyman's Life from Long Island. We're on STIMEYTV. You heard us live.
STIMEYTV.
Give us some comments.